September 9th, 1968, Arthur Ashe steps into history at the U.S. Open, a crowning achievement shared by his proud father. Tennis had a new star and the civil rights movement a new voice. A few days after his tennis triumph, Ashe would join a roundtable conversation on CBS's Face the Nation to talk race relations and the role of the black athlete.
There are other athletes and other black leaders, period, who are using their positions of power and influence to wield some practical progress. So it's just simply saying to myself, Arthur, you must do something.
Peter Westbrook knows the impact an athlete can have. In 1984, he became the first African-American to win an Olympic medal for fencing. Arthur Ashe was his inspiration and later joined on the board of the Peter Westbrook Foundation, where kids are taught fencing, a sport that's making a difference in their lives.
His spirit touched my spirit. He was one of my heroes. And sometimes when people are so soft-spoken like Arthur, sometimes that quiet spirit makes you even more in awe.
Ashe's victory was even more significant because 1968 was a turbulent time in America. The assassinations of Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy. Race riots erupt across the country. But in the midst of the chaos, a calm, steady hand, a champion emerges.
Hi, you guys. Welcome.
Generations of sports fans can learn more about Ashe in a special exhibit at the U.S. Open that chronicles his rise to the pinnacle of his sport and his impact.
That tells the story of both his rise as a tennis champion and also as a civil rights champion.
After Arthur won the U.S. Open, that was really the inciting incident for his life as an activist.
If you happen to be black in these times, maybe not 50, 30 years ago, but in these times, 1968, it's really a mandate that you do something. You must.
At his home in Harlem, Peter Westbrook compares Ashe to Muhammad Ali and Nelson Mandela and reflects on the tennis champion's accomplishments and life lessons.
I learned that one of the greatest qualities someone can have is giving back and making a difference.
When Ashe won the U.S. Open in '68, he was also a lieutenant in the Army. His brother Johnny was in the Marines and had served in Vietnam and asked for an extension of his tour of duty in Arthur's place so Arthur could continue playing tennis.